And a good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Eric Grandstrom along with my good friend and longtime partner Steve Hare. It feels like we're doing radio on TV today, Steve.
Back in the saddle again.
We've got Dan Coots, who's at Les Schwab this morning, and we're trying to get the technical part of that all figured out. But in the meantime, we'll keep you company here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley as we get into a finally Friday. Where did the month of September go, Steve? It's already done.
I know. We're in fall. It's autumn.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful week it's been weather-wise, but I guess we have a big change coming.
We do have a change coming. Let's first take a look around the valley and see what's going on the Sky-Fi cameras on the PTZ this morning. You see a little bit of smoke, Steve.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've gotten a lot of people calling in and writing in and messaging us on Facebook asking, do we have another fire?
Well, we do actually, but it's one of those prescribed fires that the Forest Service does. And they've been doing that over the past couple of days up in the Chumstick area. A couple of different parcels of property that they're burning off some understory, as they refer to it.
And as you can see from the cross cam here, looking towards the north end of the valley, you can see that smoke kind of settling in this morning. That high pressure that we've had this week is definitely going to change. We'll tell you more about that with the weather forecast as we continue here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. But not a bad morning this morning, but definitely a change in store coming our way. You can see a little bit of a riffle, and that's something we haven't had the last few mornings, is any real breeze at all.
And by the way, our images coming to us, actually there's live, real-time video from Sky-Fi cams. That's from Arundel Rock, looking down on the Columbia River.
A gorgeous morning setting up for the day today. The clouds are supposed to be ushered in by a low-pressure system that's weakening off the coast. Here we're up on Monument
Hill
for this particular shot. And you can see that haze and a lot of head scratching going on from folks right now saying, what? Isn't it still awfully dry to be doing some prescribed burns? But Forest Service trying to get a jump on that. And I think probably because of that forecast of the cooler temperatures and higher humidity and also maybe some rain.
That's right.
Coming in through the weekend and into next week.
Now we're looking down from Cougar Ridge across the river towards Old Station.
Sleepy Friday morning here in the Wenatchee Valley. Appreciate you joining us on the NCW Life Channel. We're going to talk to Steve about news coming up. I'll have sports, and we'll wind our way through a morning here on the Wake Up Wenatchee Valley program. First, let's take a look at our forecast. And we're talking about the change. Not a bad day today, about 75 for a high today with some clouds moving in as the morning progresses. Now, the National Weather Service says maybe a chance of sprinkles after 11 o'clock, although this morning we're looking at pretty cloudless skies, so somebody might be spitting in the air for that one. Tonight we'll have clear skies. Good night for football tonight. Really not expecting much as far as inclement weather if you want to get out and take in the Friday night lights. 50 degrees for the night low tonight, so that means might want to bring a blanket to that football game, though, if you're going to head out to Wenatchee or to Eastmont.
Or if you're headed out to Pullman.
Oh, yes, if you're heading to Pullman, going to be quite a bit cooler down in the Palouse tonight. So definitely wrap up for some chilly temperatures. And, of course, Cougar fans are hoping for a chilly reception for the Trojans. I'm surprised you're not wearing your USC colors today.
I don't want to spread any more hate and discontent than I already do. So.
Now, the rest of the forecast for the weekend, we'll get more in detail in this. But clear tonight, going to be sunny on Saturday. And then by the first part of next week, we're looking at some definite change with some rain showers coming in. And I don't know about you, Steve, but I'm looking forward to some rain.
I am too. I think we all are. We could all use a little moisture. And I was looking Monday's low, 42.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, so that might mean some white stuff up in the higher elevations. We're going to take a quick break here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and come back. Steve Hare will have your latest local news. I'll do the sports. We'll take a look at our birthdays today, this day in history, and so much more coming up as we're coming to you live from Studio 72 right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Some things are better slow. Internet is not one of them. With local Tel Fiber Internet, slow internet is history. Play movies and videos instantly in HD quality. Video chat without interruption. Download music or photos in seconds. And dominate in gaming with virtually no lag time, no matter how many devices are online. Experience gigabit internet. Call or visit Localtel online to learn more.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And on this 29th day of September, welcome to NCW Life News for a Friday. Here's what's happening in the news today. First of all, Confluence Health and the Wenatchee Eye and Ear Clinic are expected to become affiliated soon, according to terms of an agreement announced recently. The two healthcare organizations decided recently that changes needed to be made to build a more secure future for their employees and the local community. In a news release issued by Confluence Health, it's reported that recent circumstances, such as difficulties in replacing the anticipated retirements of 2 out of the 5 physicians at the Eye and Ear Clinic, plus challenges to its continued operation, have diminished the clinic's ability to assure its long-term viability. No layoffs, though, are expected as a result of that affiliation. So big news there on the healthcare front here in the Wenatchee Valley. Also, Washington State Department of Agriculture this morning advising consumers not to drink Pride and Joy Dairy Organic Retail Raw Milk because it may be contaminated with salmonella, an organism that can cause serious illness. A public health notice was sent out earlier yesterday after random sampling by the Washington State Department of Agriculture found salmonella in bottled organic raw milk collected from the Pride and Joy Dairy, which is located in Toppenish. Locally, that product is distributed through Bear Foods in Chelan, Settlers County Market in Ephrata and Moses Lake, Sage Mountain Natural Foods in Leavenworth, and both the Rhubarb Market and Wenatchee Natural Foods here in Wenatchee. The milk product in question has a best buy date of October 4th. Now, the WSDA continues to investigate the source of the salmonella contamination, and so far there has been no report of human illness associated with that particular product. But if you see it in your refrigerator, take it back to the store where you bought it. Also in the news this morning, in 1972, Wenatchee High School was built to accommodate around 1,600 students. Latest enrollment figures show the school currently has around 2,100 students, and as a result, it's getting a little overcrowded. Next April, a $120 million bond will go to voters that would pay for the renovation and expansion of the high school. Earlier this summer, the school board approved a plan that would include building a 3-story classroom wing that would be located behind the gymnasium, a new kitchen and commons area, a new music room, and a remodel on every classroom in the facility. Now, if it's approved, the bond and subsequent remodel would increase available space in the school by almost 60,000 square feet. Meanwhile, the bond would also pay for updates to the track, possibly new restrooms and congestion stand. A final decision on putting that measure on the ballot will be made next month by the school board. Good news on the labor front here in Chelan and Douglas counties with the latest jobless numbers for August. Regional labor economist Don Messick reports for the Washington State Employment Security Department that the 2-county unemployment rate dropped to 4.1%. Now that's a big drop from the 5.4% rate registered during the same month last year, and Messick notes it's the lowest rate for that month in 27 years. Messick said there's been a significant increase in the construction industry during August.
We're up about 300 construction jobs in August of 2017 versus August 2016, 11.5% upturn. Also, private health services is up 200 jobs, and that's been a trend that's been occurring for months now. So the health services growth has been robust. One industry that hasn't been faring well, and that's a recent trend, really for about the last 3 months, I think, leisure and hospitality has been down, primarily hotels and restaurants.
Meanwhile, Messick said that the leisure and hospitality sector, as he notes there, has seen a decline. He attributes that to a drop in tourism-related business due to wildfire smoke in Chelan and Leavenworth this summer. Meanwhile, Grant County had a jobless rate of 4.9% in August. Well, today and tomorrow, Chelan County residents have the opportunity to dispose of household hazardous waste products. That collection event is free for Chelan County residents. It includes materials such as drain and oven cleaners, wood strippers, paint thinner, gasoline, pesticides, herbicides, and bleach. Now, there are 4 area waste drop-off locations, 2 for today and then 2 for tomorrow. Friday's locations include the Wenatchee Forest Service office on Melody Lane from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and at the Entiat Fire Station from 10 a.m. to noon today. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the drop-off locations are the Chelan Fire Station. That's at 232 East Wapato Avenue from 9 a.m. to noon in Chelan, and at the Peshaston Elementary School starting at 2 p.m. and ending at 4:30 in the afternoon. If you would like to get a complete list of those acceptable hazardous waste products, you can go to the Chelan County Public Works website. And finally, the city of Wenatchee has created a new zoning designation specifically for local craft brewers. In fact, the so-called brewing district is comprised of Badger Mountain Brewing, Wenatchee Valley Brewing, and Columbia Valley Brewing. NCW Live's Jay Seebeck visited Badger Mountain Brewing this week for a special assignment, you might say, to speak with brewery's owner, Dave Quick.
Our valley came to us and presented the idea of a brewing district. It was something that the community had asked for in a survey that they'd done. And they came to the brewers, and there's 3 of us. There's Badger Mountain Brewing, Wenatchee Valley Brewing, and then Columbia Valley Brewing, which is in the Riverside Pub. And so the 3 of us have been involved in putting together a marketing program. We're trying to make the community aware of brewing in Wenatchee and that we do have a brewing scene. We're going to be doing some cross promotion. We're having a release party on the 19th, and the following days we will be having events at each of the breweries on successive nights. So, and then part of what we'll be doing is events during the year that'll be in co-events. We're also doing marketing through a number of different venues, but primarily Washington 365, which is an app you can download on your phone. And so you're traveling someplace in Washington, and you go, well, I'm in Wenatchee, what is there to do? And one of the things that will come up is the brewing district.
And by the way, we'll have more on that coming up a little bit later on our 5 o'clock news with Grant Olson. Finally, capturing audiences from all around the country, the 10-part documentary series, The Vietnam War, on PBS by Ken Burns and Lynn Novick, has aired over the last week. In fact, the final 2 episodes are this weekend. It dives into all dimensions of the war. Local veteran Gene Sherritt stopped by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with Dan Kuntz to share his thoughts on that film recently.
I was part of Hill 875 in Vietnam with the 173rd Airborne, and I brought back a lot of memories, Dan, because it's been a long time since 1968 when I departed Vietnam. And so you tend over time to try to erase some of those memories, particularly the loss of friends who were your best friends, and suddenly within a moment they were gone, and you were putting them in a body bag on a helicopter never to see them again. And you knew they had dreams, you knew they had aspirations, you knew they had a future, and suddenly it was gone. And so you're zipping them up, you're putting them in a body bag. Those that are heavily wounded, they're out in the next helicopter. And so you wanted to erase some of that, to move on with your life, and the film brought back a lot of that to memory for me. You know, I get misty-eyed, to be honest with you, when I listen to the lieutenants and the sergeants and the others who talk about the courage and of the young men and women who served in Vietnam, and the fact that they really fought for flag and country and patriotism, that they believed that the cause was right, especially in the early days of the war, when I was there in 1967, 1968, and that these American soldiers were brave, they fought hard, they asked for very little, they had the least to gain, and many of them in terms of their service. And just last night, a gentleman was talking about how important these young men were to him, and how they moved forward and they never backtracked at all. And I was very emotional last night for me to see and hear that.
And of course, Gene Sherritt, well known to both Eric and me. We worked with Gene when he was the former superintendent of the North Central Educational Service District here in Wenatchee, in light of the recent national news, of course, involving the NFL and the controversial issue regarding the national anthem. And President Trump, Sherrod also said that a compromise may be in order there.
I think there's ways to have compromise in this. I think, personally, I always stand for the national anthem. I think it's important. The flag represents, I think, a symbol of our country, so I'm a very patriotic person in that regard. I think if you want to kneel, kneel ahead of the anthem or kneel after the anthem. It accomplishes both things. You send the message that you're concerned about social injustice, but stand for the anthem or kneel after.
And I think you'd agree, Eric, that Gene's words carry a lot of weight.
Absolutely. Gene was along with a tour that I was able to host back in the day with the radio station regarding the Greatest Generation and a project they were working on with the Eastmont High School at the time.
Honors English course.
Exactly. And it was fantastic to have Gene along on that. We did a cruise from the Inside Passage from Alaska down to Vancouver way back in the day, and it was just fascinating to get a chance to listen to Gene tell stories.
I still have my copies of the Honored by Listening project.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, that was a great piece of work. Well, we have a lot more news coming up later today at 5 o'clock. Grant Olson, join him at that time for NCW Live Evening News. A lot more news to come up today as well. We have a big event that's taking place at Leavenworth this weekend, the Salmon Festival.
Salmon Festival. You've got the marathon happening in Leavenworth also tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that in sports. 17 minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, along with Steve Hara. I'm Eric Granstrom again. Dan Kuntz down at Les Schwab this morning. If you want to stop on by and say hi, they're at the the newly renovated Les Schwab in Wenatchee on North Wenatchee Avenue. And boy, if you have not been inside the facility since they remodeled it, it is something to behold. I have had some tire work done recently to my boat trailer, so I was appreciative to be able to get a chance to get a sneak peek inside the brand new Les Schwab. Well, new in the old location on North Wenatchee Avenue. Again, Dan Kuntz out there this morning. We'll have more on that coming up as we continue. Let's take a look at sports news here this morning as we get to 17 past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And we will do that in just a moment. Let's take a break first and give Steve a chance to get back to the news center and collect some more news for us. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a Finally Friday, this final Friday of September. We'll be right back.
Is your home as comfortable as you like? This Lennox dealer can help.
Make your home comfortable with a Lennox system from Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call Patriot today.
Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling will give your home a hug.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your stoke?
Nineteen minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz this morning, who's down getting ready to broadcast at Les Schwab. We'll have more on that coming up. Right now, let's take a look at sports news for this Finally Friday, and let's start on the Les Schwab prep scoreboard from last night. In soccer, Jaden Griggs scored a hat trick with 3 goals for the Panthers, and Allie Rader added 2 others as Wenatchee remained unbeaten in Big 9 play, downing Eastmont 7-1. The final, Maddie Chandler scoring the lone goal for the Eastmont Lady Cats. Also, Ashley Parton had 2 goals and an assist for the Kodiaks as Cascade edged Kiona Benton 3-2. Grace Erdman scored 4 goals and had an assist for the Bulldogs as Kashmir blanked Chelan 9-0. And finally, it was Bridgeport in overtime, falling to Manson. Trojans earned their first win in 4 seasons. Congratulations to Manson with the win in soccer last night. Turning our attention to the volleyball court, it was one of those hard-fought rivalry-type games between Wenatchee and Eastmont at Eastmont High School. I was along with Leanne Branham having the call right here live on the NCW Life channel.
Stanaway on the service.
And I was just going to say, not too many unforced errors in this first game, and there is Megan Wolf on the service. She had quite a few points in this game alone on the service. Chance to win it here, and she does. How about that? Into a hole in the lily pads in order to find the fish. And a nice block at the net there for Licken. Eastmont keeps it alive, and now flat-footed with a shot over the net. A little dink there by Van Wagner. Eastmont keeps it alive. Britt Vaughn, what a return. Vaughn keeps it alive, and now the touch of the net by Licken. Back and forth we go. Vaughn, Licken. Here we go. Sugg. Near side. Hallberg. They keep it alive. It goes out.
Wow.
Tied at 20. Can she keep the Wildcats alive here in game 3? Backline. Anderson backing up. Now the kill by Megan Wolf. They keep it alive. Over the net it goes. Mendez. Bolsho. Over. Sugg. Across. Damon. Stanaway. Sackman uses the left hand. Near side. Backline. It's in. Point. So here we go. Could be game point for Eastmont. Mendez. Nice serve. Wolf. Sugg. Hallberg. Return Stanaway. Up front, Vaughn. Points! Eastmont wins. Panthers up by 2. Back line, Hall with it. Now to Stanaway, up to Sackman. Sackman goes back out to Wolf. Now Licken with the touch at the net. Eastmont rotates around. Sackman off to Wolf now. Cross court, Hallberg block at the nets. Falls, points, Panthers. The head-banded one ready for the service for Eastmont. Back line, it goes to Dexter. Up front to Sugg. Now Dexter with a game point for Wenatchee. Deflection at the line. Damon diving down. She just couldn't quite get to it. Fun game to call last night. So also in volleyball last night, it was Chelan blanking Kashmir 3-0. And in swimming and diving, Wenatchee had no trouble downing West Valley 149-33. On the prep football schedule for tonight, West Valley's at Eastmont. That's the game we have live right here on the NCW Life Channel. It's homecoming for the Wildcats tonight. Grant Olson with your play-by-play. Meanwhile, it's Wenatchee hosting Post Falls, Idaho at the Apple Bowl. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. In fact, all of them 7 o'clock kickoffs as Cascade hosts Omak. Chelan's at Zilla. Kashmir and Okanagan tonight in Kashmir. That's going to be a good one. Battle of the Bulldogs there. Manson is at Tonasket. On the prep schedule for the weekend in soccer first, it's Brewster hosting Chelan tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Cascades at Sela for a 1 o'clock tilt. Prosser will take on Kashmir at 1, also 1 o'clock for the kickoff between Manson and Mabton. Volleyball, there's a huge tournament happening this weekend. Wenatchee, Eastmont, Chelan, Cascade, all at the Linda Sheridan Classic at Ferris High School. That is today and tomorrow. Also Saturday at Sunnyside hosting Kashmir at 1 o'clock. And also in volleyball, Waterville-Mansfield at Liberty Bell Saturday at 1. Well, the Wenatchee Wild are on the ice tonight at the Town Toyota Center. Wenatchee hosts Cowichan Valley at 7:05 in only the second home game of the Wild season so far. We'll feature that game tonight next Thursday on Hockey Nights here on the NCW Life Channel at 7 o'clock. Runners and cyclists are taking center stage in our area this weekend. The Leavenworth Marathon and Half Marathon starts at the Leavenworth Fish Hatchery. Tomorrow morning, they'll get the marathon going at 7 o'clock. The half marathon starts at 9. Also, it's the 3rd annual Dark Side Festival at Squilchuck State Park. The event features a mountain bike race, a beginner skills clinic, live music, beer garden, and food. All begins tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock and runs all the way through till about midnight or thereafter. On the college football scoreboard or schedule for the weekend actually gets underway tonight. It's a big clash of the Pac-12 as in the Palouse, where Washington State plays host to USC. Kickoff on ESPN will be at 7:30 tonight. So that was going to go late. They might even not finish it till midnight tonight in the Palouse. Simon Fraser's at Central tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Eastern Washington plays host to Sacramento State at 1:30 on Saturday. And it's a 5 o'clock kickoff for the Huskies at Oregon State to take on the Beavers. That's on the Pac-12 network. Well, the Mariners begin their final series of the season tonight in Anaheim. Former Apple Sox pitcher Marco Gonzalez will face Tyler Skaggs. First pitch tonight in the Big A at 7:07. Well, Seahawks fans will be able to get their honeydews done during the day on Sunday because the Hawks don't kick off until Sunday night at 5:30. Seattle hosts Indianapolis on Sunday Night Football on NBC. Earlier in the day, the rest of the NFC West has the Rams in Dallas at 10 o'clock on Fox. The 49ers are in Arizona to play the Cardinals. That's a 1:05 kickoff also on Fox. That's a look at sports news here on the NCW Life channel. It's 25 past the hour as we continue on with our obscure holiday. And I don't drink it. I drink stuff like this from Weinstein Beverage, but coffee. It's National Coffee Day. While not much is known about the origin of this holiday, the history of coffee is a lot easier to determine. According to legend, it was discovered on the Ethiopian highlands by a goat herder who discovered that the fruit of the coffee plant had a stimulating effect on his goats. So he decided to experiment with them a little bit, and voila, coffee was born. He shared his findings with the local monastery, and before long, everyone was making a drink from the coffee plant. Coffee quickly spread across the Arabian Peninsula, and by the 16th century was prevalent in all parts of Persia, Turkey, and Syria. It eventually traveled to Europe by the 17th century and to the New World by the end of the 17th century. So it all started with caffeinated goats. I don't know if that has anything to do with those pygmy goats, or what is it, the goats that pass out now? Get a little too much caffeine going. It's 26 minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Today in history, it was 1907, 110 years ago, the cornerstone was laid for the Washington National Cathedral in the U.S. Capitol, the Cathedral Church of St. Peter and St. Paul in the city of Diocese of Washington. It is the second largest church building in the United States. In 1990, 27 years ago, and 83 years later, construction of the Washington National Cathedral is completed. In 2004, 13 years ago, the asteroid 4179 Totitus passes within 4 lunar distances of Earth. I have no idea what that means. I guess that's pretty close. So they were all kind of bent out of shape there for a while. In 1913, Stanley Kramer, American director and producer, we're getting to our birthdays, by the way, as we continue on here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Sorry about that, Kaylin. We'll just, transfer from one to the other here. 1913, Stanley Kramer, American director and producer, was born. He died in 2001. The Defiant Ones on the Beach, Inherit the Wind, Judgment at Nuremberg, It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, all a production of Mr. Kramer. Jerry Lee Lewis, American singer, songwriter, and pianist. Whole lot of shaking going on. Great Balls of Fire, Breathless, High School Confidential. Jerry Lee Lewis is one of those, is he alive or dead? Well, he's alive. He's 82 today. And a person who's not with us anymore, Larry Linville, American actor, he died back in 2000. He was born on this date in 1939. Also, Ruth Sorensen. Ruth Sorensen of Chelan. This is one that was sent in to us, so thank you very much for your input here to provide us with the birthday wishes. Ruth Sorensen of Chelan turns 108 years young today. How about that? She was born in Brewster on September 22nd, 1909. She has 7 children and lived in Okanagan until 1939. She lived in Manson until 1979 and in Chelan since then. She has numerous grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. Happy birthday to Ruth Sorensen, 108 years young today. If you have a birthday to send us, head to our website, ncwlife.com. Look up the Wake Up Wenatchee Valley page, and you can find a little link there to send us a birthday, and we appreciate those, and especially if you send a picture along with it. As we continue on, almost 29 minutes past the hour, here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we've got Mike Magnotti. Everybody's entitled to his opinion coming up. Also, Dan Coots, live at Les Schwab. We're making that connection as he is broadcasting live on the road today, and we'd like to do that a little bit more often. So once we get those technical things figured out, we'll get to that here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. In the meantime, let me remind you that our broadcast always brought to you by Weinstein Beverage, and this is their product, Pepsi Zero. And they try to make this so that it tastes just like Pepsi. Let's find out. Yeah. Yet it doesn't have all the other stuff in it that you don't want. So great beverage there from Weinstein Beverage and Pepsi-Cola, thanks to being a sponsor of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Also, a presentation of Highgate Senior Living. We're going to take a break and come back as we continue on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Stay right there.
This is Melissa Knott, and I'd like to welcome you to Highgate Senior Living, where our residents become friends and our friends become family. Come enjoy a quiet moment in our beautiful courtyard or join your friends for great conversation. Improve your balance with one of our many gentle exercise classes and enjoy home-cooked meals with friends in our beautiful dining room. Highgate Senior Living, each day to the fullest.
We've been in the cleaning industry for over 10 years, and we notice a need in the housing market for reliable, professional, and specialized cleaning and finishing company.
They come in with spunk and personality, a lot of energy, and they take pride in their business.
We offer a wide array of cleaning solutions, no matter how big or small the job. Anything from new construction to move-in, move-outs, we do it all. Give us a call today to see how we can help you with your cleanup.
Is this really what we're gonna do on our girls' night out? We should go to Club Crow. The bar and grill in Kashmir?
Yeah, let's go.
Looking for a fun-filled, friendly hometown atmosphere? Club Crow Bar and Grill in Kashmir is the place to be. Hi, this is Justin. Here at Club Crow, we have full bar and restaurant, live music, a dance floor, pool tables, pull tabs, and live jam sessions the first Sunday of every month. Club Crow in Kashmir, the coolest place in town.
Collins Fashions has a fabulous selection of clothing, handbags, jewelry, and shoes for all events in your life, such as work, errands, celebration, travels, etc., etc. And our professional caring staff will assist you in coordinating your wardrobe and choose a perfect gift for that special someone. Our many fabulous brands include Joseph Ribkoff, Tribal, Jag Jeans, Tommy Bahama, and we are your Brighton headquarters for North Central Washington. We are grateful for our wonderful customers, and we look forward to seeing you at Collins, where fun and fashion meet in downtown Wenatchee.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by First Choice Collision Center. Head on down to Pybus Market Saturday, September 30 for Lilac Services for the Blind's Blind and Wine Walk. Experience walking as a blind person with a sighted person as your guide. There will be dinner, wine and brew tasting, live and silent auctions, short videos, a speaker, and a quilt raffle. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Who had the reception, and now he collects the touchdown. Got on goal, Wenatchee scores. Wigan lines up the three. Yes! Oh my goodness! To figure out where the line is, where they'll cover from. West fighting on the bottom, and he got the pin. Swung on and hit hard to left field. Caught out there in left field. The shot is scored! And Wenatchee Valley wins it!
On the NCW Life Channel, your local TV station.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, you know, these internet dating sites, they talk about matching people up who have similar interests, comparable personalities, by what they have in common, that kind of stuff. You know, I wonder if that's the best way to find compatibility in a life partner. Now, Rosie and I, for example, well, besides our mutual incredible good looks, okay, you know, we don't really have all that much in common. And we've been killing it for almost 40 years. Seriously, if Rosie and I had gone to the same high school, she and I never would have gotten together. Believe me. But as it is, as different as we are, we really got a good thing going, she and I. Spicy, yes. Very spicy sometimes, but good nonetheless. Maybe differences are what makes a good, healthy, and long-lasting relationship, not commonalities. Hey, anyway, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Join us for Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti on the NCW Life Channel. This former police sergeant is plugged into not only the world of the streets, he's an actor and connoisseur of the arts. So join Mike and his guests for, well, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mondays at 10 a.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m., and Wednesdays at 5:30. It's Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti on the NCW Life Channel.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
It's the end of summer. Time for Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore's end of summer free-for-all. Get to Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore now, pick out any vehicle in stock, and drive away with 0 down. Then keep driving payment-free until December. That's right, 3 full months with no payments. Who else is going to make an offer this good? Nobody. That's who. And everybody knows we service what we sell at the Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore. Corner on Maple Street and North Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee, and LeonardEvansCars.com.
36 minutes after the hour. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for this final Friday, the 29th of September, 2017. And along with Steve Hare, Eric Granstrom with you. Dan Koontz over at the Les Schwab location this morning on North Wenatchee Avenue for the, grand expose of their rebuilt facility.
Yes, the unveiling of their recently redeveloped site there on North Wenatchee Avenue.
We're off to a good start on this Friday, but there definitely is a change in the weather in the offering. Let's take a look around the valley here this morning. First, as we go up on the cross camera, as we call it, thanks to our folks at Sky5 for providing these images as we look down upon the Wenatchee Valley this morning, and a very calm morning here in the valley. And you can see that smoke once again, Steve. So let's remind folks where there's been a lot of people fearing that we have a new forest fire. Well, sort of, but this one's planned, right?
It's a seasonal thing, folks. It's called the Fall Prescribed Burning Program, and it's been initiated by the U.S. Forest Service, and they have several areas where they're doing some prescribed burning. And this is a practice that's done every year, every spring and fall, and they call it prescribed burning because it's just that. Only under prescribed conditions that are favorable to that type of low-intensity burn can be conducted. So again, various areas of the forest where they're doing that right now is outlined on this U.S. Forest Service map that we're showing you right now. So that's going to generate some smoke. You'll be seeing some possible plumes at times as well, but don't be alarmed. Again, these are just prescribed burns, and while the effect of these burns will actually help reduce the chance of these catastrophic fires that we've seen over the past few years. But they make good use of the fire. And again, it's a naturally occurring thing that happens, on the forest. Of course, through the lightning strikes and that type of thing, but at least we can get some of this understory and some of the, what do they call those, the ladder fuels, taken care of before we have some more intense fires during the summer. So,
as we continue our look around the valley here on the cameras this morning, this is in the Orondo area on the Columbia River, or Lake Aniat, as they call it.
Yes.
A little bit of a riffle on the water this morning.
Have you been up to Aniat Park yet?
I've driven by it several times. Boy, they've done a fantastic job with that park.
In fact, I ran into Aniat Mayor Keith Bradenberg the other day at that Port District function, and I was asking him when they're planning to start developing the new marina there, which is very soon. He said they're in the process of getting the grant applications done for that and some of the permitting that needs to be done through the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission because it's right there on the river. So again, a new marina going in. As a part of that park project in Aniat.
As we continue our look around, this is from up on Cougar Mountain this morning, looking down towards the Odabashan Bridge and the Sunny Slope area, and off in the distance, we were hoping to be able to see the enchantments, but a little bit of cloudiness, a little bit of smoke. By the way, the smoke, we were talking about that, Steve, as far as the prescribed burns are concerned. I know that the spring burns are a little different than some of the ones they do in the fall. Being a logger's son, a lot of the logging operations will pile up the loose debris and limbs and everything like that in the landings, and then they'll burn those here in the fall. So some of those big plumes you'll see are just those big, large piles of slash, and so they used to call them slash burns back in the day, but I guess we call them prescribed burns now. So it doesn't sound so nasty. But I think that's a lot of what's going on too, because we have had, if you've been on the highways here in Washington and eastern Washington in the last year, you have seen an amazing increase of log truck traffic. So that means that they are doing some of the thinning that is necessary, and for my opinion anyway, necessary in our forests. And so as a result of that logging operation, though, then you have the debris left behind with these amazing machines now that grab the logs and they suck them through the machine and limb them as they go, and then they've got a little saw that's inside the arm that's holding on to the log that cuts it. So they take the logs, they pile them up on one side of the landing, the limbs and everything else go to the other side. So that stack of limbs, sometimes they chew them up, but sometimes they also burn them.
My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
This is a logger's son, folks. And you, in fact, you were up doing some logging recently, weren't you?
Yeah. I went to my dad, our homestead is a logging deed that was given to my great-great-great-grandfather back in the 1800s.
Cedar-Woolley area.
In the Cedar-Woolley area in western Washington in Skagit County. And Dad, for the third time in history, decided to log some of the trees off the property. They still have 60 acres. It was, I think, 120 some odd acres originally, down to 60 acres now. It's a lot of timber. And so he was actually having some bug kill and some disease in some of the trees, which are as big around as this table. I mean, it's huge. And with the price of lumber, or the price for timber right now, it was a good time for him to cash in on some of the long-time stands that we have on the property in the Finn settlement in western Washington. So it was good to get that, and I was able to go over there. And I was supposed to help him actually log. And of course, I got over there for the weekend, and I did nothing but monkey wrench the entire weekend. I had
and monkey wrenching is what?
Monkey wrenching is fixing things that are broken, that aren't quite working quite right. And you talk about jippo logging. It's the term for those who kind of throw things together a little bit and kind of use what you can. And so I'm well aware of that. Hey, it looks like we've got a connection with Les Schwab and Dan Coots, and we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back and get you live to Les Schwab and see what the new location has for us here on North Wenatchee Avenue, as we are 42 minutes past the hour on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll come back live to Les Schwab right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hey everyone, Frank Ferrari here at Frank's Used Cars, where everybody gets a good deal. Today's deal is F-150 under 300,000 miles. Yesterday, $55.95. Today, it's only $213. At this price, this thing won't last long. Hurry on down to Frank Ferrari's Used Cars, where everybody gets a good deal. Right, Fred? Forget about Frank. Here at Town Nissan, we're fun, we're fair, and we're fabulous. Town Nissan, behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Join us for Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti on the NCW Life channel. This former police sergeant is plugged into not only the world of the streets, he's an actor and connoisseur of the arts. So join Mike and his guest for, well, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mondays at 10 a.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m., and Wednesdays at 5:30. It's Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti on the NCW Life channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by First Choice Collision Center. Head on down to Pybus Market Saturday, September 30 for Lilac Services for the Blind's Blind and Wine Walk. Experience walking as a blind person with a sighted person as your guide. There will be dinner, wine and brew tasting, live and silent auctions, short videos, a speaker, and a quilt raffle. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Oh, hi, everybody. Better late than never. We are here at Les Schwab, the brand new, spanking brand new remodeled Les Schwab here on North Wenatchee Avenue. I am Dan Kuntz. Special thanks to my friends Eric Granstrom and Steve Hare for stepping in and filling in for me while we were here dotting the I's and crossing the T's. But we're here and we're live at Les Schwab on North Wenatchee Avenue. Mike, the general manager, will be joining me shortly, we hope. He had to take a phone call. Les Schwab is so busy. They open here at 7:30, and at 7:30 people just started streaming in the doors here at Les Schwab, and for good reason, because everybody loves Les Schwab. I got to tell you, though, I'm a little worried about the pencil pushers at Les Schwab, because I got the notes here. Les Schwab, of course, doing the right thing since 1952. Free flat tire repairs, free tire rotations, free tire rebalancing, free air checks, free pre-trip safety checks, very important if you're going to head down the road, and free road hazard protection, free brake and visual alignment checks. Makes you wonder how they bother to make money. Everything here seems to be free. It's not free, of course. The tires are the best. That's probably the number one thing when you talk about Les Schwab. Anybody can sell tires, right? Any tire place can sell tires. Les Schwab says, no, we're going to take it up to this level. We're going to make it the way it's supposed to be. It all goes back to the founder, Les Schwab himself, who back in 1952 was just hanging around. I think he was delivering newspapers. I think he worked for a newspaper in like a small town in Oregon, and there was one tire store where he lived, and the person took advantage of the fact that they live out in the middle of nowhere. You got to have good tires, and Les Schwab got tired of that nonsense. He said, no, it's got to be done the right way, and he decided that he was going to do it the right way, and he did so by buying that one little car dealership, and now there's 400 plus Les Schwab car dealerships all over the West. It's the number one place to buy your tires. Mike is done with his emergency. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the general manager of the Wenatchee Les Schwab will be right here. We are live at Les Schwab. Believe it or not, it's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Some things are better slow. Internet is not one of them. With local Tel Fiber Internet, slow internet is history. Play movies and videos instantly in HD quality. Video chat without interruption. Download music or photos in seconds. And dominate in gaming with virtually no lag time, no matter how many devices are online. Experience gigabit internet. Call or visit local Tel online to learn more.
And we are back at Les Schwab on North Wenatchee Avenue, a beautiful facility, an old building made new again. And Mike, the general manager, has joined me. How are you, my friend?
Very good. Thank you for being here today.
We had a fascinating off-camera conversation about you personally, how you worked your way from Ogden, Utah, here to little old Wenatchee, Washington, USA. You're a Les Schwab lifer, as they call themselves. Give us a little background on you and how you ended up here in Wenatchee.
Well, my career started in Oregon, where Les Schwab was founded in 1952. And from there, I've
made my advances and moved around, discovered new markets, and landed here in Wenatchee. I love the community. I've been doing this for 21 years, and I'm excited to be here.
The one thing that people notice about Les Schwab, the employees really seem to like their jobs, and you're a perfect example of that.
Employees love their jobs. They come here every day to deliver that world-class customer service to our customers, gain their loyalty, gain their trust, do the right thing, and get them safely back on the road.
Before we were doing our previous break here when you were putting out that little, I'm looking at all this free flat tire repairs, free tire rotation, free tire rebalancing. Do the pencil pushers down in Oregon go, how can we make money? Everything here seems to be free. I mean, I'm not an economist, but, how do you make money with giving away all that stuff?
It's about the service and,
Right.
and gaining that trust of our communities and our customers and getting them back to the door. So when they do need something, they can trust that we're going to recommend what they need, not oversell, and be here for them when they do need us. And what you're talking about there, the free tire rotations, rebalancing, that's called our best tire value promise, and it encompasses lifetime tire and mileage care. And that's part of what we do for our customers. Every time they buy their tires, we're behind them for the life of their tires.
The philosophy of Les Schwab has not changed since 1952, although Les has departed us about 10 years ago. Talk about the importance of the Les Schwab name, the brand. People are loyal to Les Schwab.
They're very, very loyal to Les Schwab, and that's the trust that we have to maintain every day of our lives, and we do that through world-class customer service, remodeling our stores, upgrading in our community, supporting our communities, and that's just what we do. It's the philosophy that Les started in 1952. No matter how big we've grown, our small town values are all the same.
But the fact is you have grown from one little bitty tire store in Oregon to 460 some odd stores
Correct,
now?
yeah.
That's an American success story right there. That's incredible. The new remodel here is fantastic. I hadn't been here until we came in earlier in the week to talk shop and get ready for our live broadcast. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. The camera doesn't do it justice.
Well, then come down and look at it. I invite you to come down and look at it because it is gorgeous. It's really nice, and the debut of these stores happened in 2012, and they took a lot of opinions from customers and our employees, and they understood the visions of what the employees and customers wanted, and with the views that we have, the sunlight that we have, it helps us. We got 90% views in our stores, so now the customers can see us, they know where we're at, we can see the customer, and we can deliver that better service by having these beautiful stores.
This location here where we're at on North Wenatchee Avenue has been here since 1992. The remodel took about, 6-8 months of
8 months.
8 months of pretty intense work.
Yes.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's actually the same footprint. It just looks bigger. So what is different now than what it was, say, a year ago here? What has really changed inside the store?
The big change is the openness, getting rid of a lot of tires out of the showroom and opening it up. Giving that visibility to the customer, allowing better daylight. It's a mood changer. Customers do like the open floor plan. They do like the cleanliness, the non-clutter, and that's what we're after. We're after, through the customer's eyes, to make sure that our buildings have great designs, they work in our communities, and they look good. They look good.
I asked you another question when we worked on camera about your ratio of drop-ins to I need new tires to people who call and make appointments. And you said 90% of the people who have tire jobs done just drive in and they do it.
Well,
you guys come running out and you're in business.
100% of the tire business comes in first come,
first serve. Right.
Just come on in and we'll get it done. We do make appointments for the customers that need to schedule their alignments or their brakes, but that shouldn't shake you off from coming in and saying, hey, I need my brakes checked and I need them done if it needs to get done. These guys, that's what they do. They get it done.
Yeah, when people think Les Schwab, they think tires because it started as a tire, but you do alignments and you do brakes, and that's very important. People need to remember that.
Yeah, we specialize in undercar stuff, shocks, brakes, alignment, tires, and when I say specialize, that is our line, and we're good at it. That's what we do.
It's one thing to have great customer service, and Les Schwab always. I can't remember what's the consumer report about the best customer service, and Les Schwab always comes out on top, always. But it's also the quality of the tires is everything. You can have the best service in the world if the tires aren't any good. You're not gonna be any good at all. Tires the best.
And true, Les has always wanted to have great products in his store for our customers to look at, and we have a whole different line of different tires and different designs. So when the customer comes in, we can match their budgeted needs. We can match up to their driving needs, and it gives the customer the choice and the freedom to choose what they need. And if you have any questions, just come in and ask an employee, an expert here at Les Schwab, and we'll make sure that we get you suited into the traction devices or whatever you might need for your car.
Well, we're in that shoulder season now. Summer is gone. We're into autumn. Winter is closing in. What do people need to know about their tires right now as we get closer and closer to winter?
Well, you know, the people need to know that with the snow coming and the ice coming, that they need to be safe. So if they have any questions, just come into a Les Schwab Tire Center, let the experts look at them, and we'll inform you what we see and give you that option of you know, the different selections we might have that best suits your driving needs or your budgeted needs.
I was talking to some of your coworkers. These are great guys, by the way. And they go, yeah, the snow comes down. We get like a little skiff of snow, and then the next day we're just bombarded. But you know, with the studded tire season beginning November 1st, even if there's no snow on the ground, would you recommend just coming in and getting it done so you're not part of the big first snow of the season rush?
Well, to get back on point, you know, I can't tell a customer to come in here
Right,
and get their tires on early.
that.
You know, there are laws, but
Sure.
But on the flip side too, you can come in and at least get yourself checked out to see how your tires are looking, and we can inform you. And then when the legal date comes,
Sure.
come down and see us. But you know, I would say don't wait, because we do experience a high volume of traffic when the winter does hit. So don't wait. Come down and get yourself ready safely for winter.
What's the difference between all-weather tires, snow tires, and studded tires? I mean, that's 3 different kinds of tires. Which one do you buy? What's?
It's all up to the consumer. You know,
Okay.
where they're traveling. If they're traveling over the pass, if they desire more traction, then I would recommend a traction tire, a snow tire. But you know, a local commuter, it's really up to the driver, and they explain their driving habits and their needs to us, and we recommend what we think is the best.
How much they drive, what kind of car they drive,
Correct.
whether it's all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. That all comes into consideration, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And you know, the community here in Wenatchee, they've been around the snow for a long time.
We're good at it.
So they know what they need and they know what they want. So when they come in, we just have to deliver that world-class customer service and get them safely back on the road.
What exactly is a snow tire? Is it in the grip? Is it in the tread? Is it in the size of the tread? What? I'm not talking studs. I'm talking a snow tire or an all-weather tire. You know, what's? I'm a neophyte. You're gonna have to help me out with that, Mike. Because my tires are Les Schwab tires. You guys put them on, and I can go wherever I want to without any problems at all. That's got a little beater car. It's front-wheel drive, but my tires are fine.
Snow tires are designed to give the optimum traction in the wintertime.
Okay,
You know,
it's as simple
they
as
have
that.
a bunch of different features to give that optimum traction in the wintertime. And that's.
We just have a couple of minutes left. What people are going to come down here? They're going to get the popcorn, of course.
They're gonna get the popcorn.
That tradition doesn't change.
Yep.
You got the coffee.
Yep.
What are they going to notice when they come in here? Besides the open floor plan, you got any big sales going on? Anything that they should be taking advantage of this time of year right now?
We do have our fall tire sale going on right now, and we're going to move into the winter tire sale. Today we're going to have a barbecue. Come down and see us. We're going to have some giveaways.
Oh, barbecue giveaways.
Yeah, yep.
Can I just stay here?
We're going to do that today and tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to do that today and tomorrow. So come down, fill out a form, and get yourself into an entry. And then Saturday afternoon, I'm going to draw some winners. And
They win tires? What are you giving away?
one of the things we're going to give away is a $700 gift certificate.
So you can spend it on whatever you want.
You can spend it on whatever you want or whatever you might need for the winter driving, or whatever you might need. So we've got some other giveaways too that are going to be fun, but that's the big one.
$700 will go a long way here at Les Schwab, won't it? I mean, it will.
It will.
It will. It
Yeah.
will. One last thing. When we came down here on Tuesday, I got out of my car. I walked in the door, and about 9 of your guys just came right. Hey, how are you? What do you need? I mean, it's not a cosmetic thing, is it? These guys actually believe it.
They do. They believe in our philosophy, Les's philosophy since 1952. Nothing's changed. That's what we do, and that's called world-class customer service. And to greet customers at their car and to take care of their needs and to get them safely back on the road and give them a great warranty behind the products they buy. That's what we're about.
One of the things I do whenever you borrow or take a ride with somebody else, look in the glove box, because the odds are you can find one of these in there. These things are, I mean, they are. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
It's a beautiful thing when you open up a customer's glove compartment and you see 30 of those in there. I mean, it's a pretty special thing, but it's just as special as that customer getting their very first one, too.
Yeah. So I'm going to come back and maybe have a little barbecue. And
Absolutely. Come down.
That sounds good. Yeah. Mike, it's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Les Schwab. I love this. I love the smell of this place, too. I don't know. I just love the smell of the mixture of tires, coffee, and popcorn. It's like it's a sensation that can only be experienced here at Les Schwab on North Wenatchee Avenue. Thanks for putting up with our nonsense today.
Thank you very much.
Let's
for
have a
being
good
here.
day.
Thank
Everybody have yourself a great day. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live at Les Schwab.
For plumbing, heating, or cooling repair, Patriot will be right there.
Is your home as comfortable as you like? This Lennox dealer can help. Make your home comfortable with a Lennox system from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call Patriot today.
Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling will give your home a hug.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your Stoke?